in a championship game. Hopefully, you're getting some of the best players and the best teams. I think we got the best teams from each conference, so that's good. There are some players that really interest me on both teams. Uh, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and it might be one of those you got to be a real true football fan to appreciate
Yeah,
the
you really
defensive
do.
effort,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I love defense, so I like a game that's going to be closely contested. But you have two interesting quarterbacks here. One, an MVP candidate in Drake May, and the other, Sam Darnold, who's really coming on in the playoffs, has looked spectacular, even though his reputation is that he's not that great.
Yeah, you wonder, like, where does Sam Darnold go back to being the guy during the regular season that led the league in turnovers, or is he riding this high, Nick Foles like, in the playoffs where he's going to lead the team there? Drake May, he's a young guy, and Super Bowl's a big thing. I see him either coming out and being like, "Wow, this kid just crossed the
Yeah,
threshold," or I wonder if he struggles in the spotlight. But
yeah.
I just think it's going to be a really low scoring game, and those two might struggle a little bit.
All right, explosive plays in this game. You got a potential for an explosive play with Seattle. Jigba has had a great year.
Love him. He's
Yeah,
on my
he's really good.
fantasy team. Love him.
Is he on their fantasy
Yep.
team?
Yep.
Ohio State product, which I don't like. But
They get
yeah,
receivers, don't they?
yeah, they do get receivers. It's pretty amazing. All right. We have some obviously some Philadelphia news. It's been a bleak week, really, for Philadelphia sports.
Yeah.
And of course, the news that we're talking about today: Jeff Stoutland is out as the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line coach by his own choosing. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes there, but also you had the Paul George suspension. You had the trade deadline here. The Sixers really didn't do anything other than traded Jared McCain, and they got rid of today. They got rid of Eric Gordon. How would you look at this week in Philadelphia sports?
Oh, nuts. Absolutely nuts. Jeff Stoutland, uh, just craziness there. Like, what happened? We'll find out. We will with all the great reporters that cover the team. His decision, not his decision. Was he stripped? It looks like he was. How do you do that to a guy of his stature, Mike? So that stuff is nuts. The Sixers, did they really just want to be under the luxury tax?
It looks
Really?
that way. It looks
Ugh.
like it's funny. The fan base is looking at it like this is a trade deadline that all it did was it lined the owner's pockets, Josh Harris.
Which is crazy. And I was wondering if there was a kind of a fight there because Daryl Morey, as you know, loves to trade at the trade
Yep.
deadline, loves to go after big players, and Harris and company we know are a little bit cheap. So did they went out and say no? We want to just be under the luxury tax. That's what it looks like. Do they have plans for the future with the assets that they got? You hope, but as for now, this is a very kind of thin team with not a lot of depth.
Yeah. Did you expect something different? Now, you cover the team for
Yeah.
Pattison, obviously. Did you expect that they would make a larger move because the East is kind of wide open, and maybe one move would have really taken them into that echelon?
Yeah, so I look at the weakness of the team and it's rebounding. Yeah, they're not good at rebounding, and the guys that you have with Paul George out are the Jabari Parkers and the Dominic Barlows and the Adem Bonas. Like I don't know if those three guys excite you at all, Mike, but that's not championship
No.
caliber to me. So I thought that they would get somebody. Being as they were pretty guard heavy, I thought they would get a big that would come in and that could rebound and run a little bit. I guess they're just going to rely. This Dominic Barlow's played well on the West Coast, and he's probably going to get a standard contract coming up. I guess that's what they're going towards, but that's kind of strange.
Yeah. The news, but with Paul George, it kind of hit hard over the weekend. It was like, what is going on here? And he issued a statement. Of course, he suspended 25 games for a PED or whatever they're going to call this. He claims it's not a PED. His statement was, over the past few years, I've discussed the importance of mental health. And in the course of recently seeking treatment for an issue of my own, I made the mistake of taking an improper medication. I take full responsibility for my actions and apologize to the Sixers organization, my teammates, and the Philly fans for my poor decision making during this process. I'm focused on using this time to make sure that my mind and body are in the best condition to help the team when I return. Now, I'm pretty sure he didn't write that. His representatives did. These athletes, they put out their statements that really get filtered through their agencies.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, but what did you make of, like, okay, if he was taking, like, say, antidepressant medication or whatever? I don't really know the protocols there. Would that have triggered this?
There is some things that I've heard would trigger, but here's like for instance, if he took Adderall and he wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to by the NBA or hadn't signed off on that, then that could be something that comes back and pops. The weird thing is two things that I see it. You can call numerous people and say, hey,
Yeah.
I'm having a little problem. Can I take this? And they can look it up quickly and say, no, but you can do this. The other humanization part of it to me, Mike, is you wake up in the middle of the night and you're struggling with something, whether it's anxiety, depression, whatever it is, and you need to get over it right away. I'm humanizing it. If it's me and you, boom, we might do something.
Yeah.
Maybe he did that in a humanization thing, and that's what happened. I don't know. I think it's odd that these NBA players, current and former, are coming out saying, oh, no kidding. He couldn't move up and down the court, and then all of a sudden he was dunking with no problem. He's taking PEDs. Like, that's a little nerve-wracking. Dylan Brooks came out and said that.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So that stuff.
That's very interesting. They would bury one of
why?
their own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why? That is weird. That's strange to me.
All right. All right. So let's talk about the Super Bowl a little more here, and we got interesting things. This is a really interesting dynamic that I'm looking at here, because everybody analyzes the game a different way. Different explosive plays against similar shutdown defenses. Both teams feature explosive plays, but both teams have shutdown defenses that prohibited plays. The Patriots defense has allowed an explosive play on just 9.6% of the snaps, and the Seahawks defense is nearly as good as 10%. Good for first and second in the entire league over that span. In the playoffs, New England is down to an absurd 4.8%, while Seattle climbed to 16.1%. How do you look at these explosive plays against these kind of defenses?
Well, I look at the offensive players, obviously, and I think you have the most explosive one in Seattle in Jackson Smith-Njigba. I just think the guy is uncoverable. I really do. And it's kind of what bothers me about the Eagles. When you watch other games, they'll focus on Njigba and the different moves that he makes, the design of the play for a wide receiver. You never see that with the Eagles because you don't have to design a slant all that much.
Yep.
You don't have to design a sit down at 11 yards. But I think Smith-Njigba is just way unable to be covered. And I think big plays with him, I'm taking the over on him on almost everything.
Really?
I really do like him.
To score a touchdown?
I love him to score a touchdown. I love him to go under the 94.5 yards that they've put up for the over-under. Yeah, I did. I think he's the difference in this game.
He's been unstoppable in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Explosive play rate of 9.1%, which led all wide receivers. They also have Kenneth Walker, who looks fantastic. A 14.9% explosive run rate, including the playoffs. That's second highest by any player with 150 carries. And he's going to have to tote all the because they don't have Charbonnet now. So he's going to be the guy to get the 20-plus carries in this game.
Yeah, and I think that's what New England's going to have to rely on. They're going to have to slow down the game, I think, a little bit. Smith-Njigba, I do. I think he's going to be so good that when New England gets the ball, they're going to have to try to run a lot of plays on their possessions in order to slow the clock down. That's why I think it's going to be a slow scoring game. That's why I'm kind of looking at the over-unders in the rushing yardage for players. Walker's got 4 TDs in the playoffs so far, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. So I think the rushing game's going to be big, but I think the difference is going to be Smith-Njigba.
On the flip side, the Patriots just use a village of people. They had 6 players record at least 10 explosive receptions this year, including the playoffs. They don't have a single player with 25-plus explosive receptions, something more than half the league can claim. So Ramondre Stevenson, Trayvon Henderson, Drake May all have exactly 19 explosive runs this year, including the playoffs. The only such trio in the league, but they're one of just 9 teams to have 0 players crack 20 explosive runs. So the edge would be with Seattle as far as explosive plays go.
Yeah, it would be. I do see Drake May making some plays in this game, probably out of necessity. Mike, I just think he's back there. He's got happy legs. He's young. He's ready to roll. I don't know if the passing game's going to be there against this Seattle defense, so I do see him getting some running plays. I'm seriously thinking betting the over on. I think it's like 35.5 his rushing yards.
No quarterback scrambled more than Drake May. 63 attempts through 3 postseason games. He's unleashed that weapon. He scrambled 9 times over 3 games for 125 yards. The only quarterback to scramble for more yards than any postseason. Guess who it is?
Jalen Hurts.
Patrick Mahomes.
Who
Who logged 143 in 2019 and 128 in 2023, both Super Bowl title runs. But May has picked up 6 first downs on scrambles through these playoffs, including 3 first downs over expectation. He has averaged 47 rushing yards per game during the postseason. Can he get that done against this Seattle defense?
He might have to. He really might have to. With how good that defense is, it might be a helter-skelter Drake May. The rush is coming. The receivers are covered. He might have to look for all of that. I don't like him throwing for a lot of yards. 221.5 passing over under. I kind of like him over in the rushing yards.
Okay. By the way, you can join in on the chat for this podcast, and a lot of people have already. Mike Warren, who's monitoring all this. Mike, what do we have on the chat board so far?
We got a good one here from Steve Sino. He says, if May scrambles often, they better be planned and controlled scrambles. The Seahawks will be looking for him. We got another one as well from Larry Frassetto saying that Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl makes you throw up in your mouth while the Eagles' wonderful quarterback is at home.
Wow.
The Eagles what quarterback? Wonderful
Eagles
quarterback?
Wonderful quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah, is the wonderful quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
Sam does not get much respect, and he has really had a great postseason here. You look at what he was during the first part of the season, but in the playoffs, he's been fantastic, man.
It is amazing. Like, Sam Darnold's taken his team to maybe a Super Bowl championship. Last year, Jalen Hurts, say what you want, whatever. He had a great Super Bowl. But as far as the season goes, when you're thinking of Super Bowl quarterbacks, that's not the kind of season you're looking at. You're looking for quarterbacks that throw touchdown passes and a lot of yards. Is the game changing? Is it going a different direction now where quarterbacks aren't expected to be the 300-yard, 70%, completion rates? I don't know, but if Seattle pulls this off, it might lend you to believe that it's not as the important position as it has been.
I guess the point is that you could put pressure on Darnold and make him, less than normal. And during the season, that was true. Quarterback pressure, a 69.4 passer rating under pressure during the regular season with 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. And there were only a few qualified passers below that, but things have changed in the postseason. He's already thrown a postseason record, 4 TDs against pressure with 0 interceptions, 108.6 passer rating. That's an improvement, like an incredible improvement. 3 touchdowns on 14 pressure dropbacks in that NFC title game, with the most he's thrown in a single contest in his entire career. And he's playing injured. Yeah, he's got the oblique situation, Bob. So how do you explain this?
Well, you playing sports, Mike, my playing sports a little bit. Sometimes when you're hurt, it does make you maybe concentrate a little more. Maybe, you're not taking the chances you shouldn't take, and you're, doing what you're supposed to do or coached to do, whatever it may be. I have seen instances where players have had something going on, but they've played better. Maybe that's an explanation. I don't know. If I was a betting guy, I would say Sam Darnold reverts to the turnover quarterback that he was during the season a little bit in this Super Bowl.
Think so?
I do. I see it. I see it.
So you sound like you like New England a little bit, maybe.
I think Seattle wins the game. I just think it might be one of those ugly, good, like you said, like watching defenses.
Yeah, I like watching defense.
I think it might be like a 20-17, 20-13 game, something like that. I like Seattle.
20-13 and 20-17, 2 different things if you're a betting man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So what do you want to zero in on?
I'll go 20-13 then. Yeah. So I'll go with Seattle.
You think Seattle will cover?
I do. I think they do cover.
Okay. By the way, we are broadcasting live from the Temperance House. How old is this? 250-year-old restaurant.
Wow.
And tavern in historic Newtown. Enjoy great food and happy hour specials Monday through Friday, featuring burger specials, small plate appetizer specials, and Sundays from noon to 2 p.m. $10 Bloody Marys and mimosas. The Temperance House is at 5 South Street, right here in the heart of Newtown. All right, it's the On Pattison podcast. Check it out on YouTube. I'm Mike Missinelli with Bob Cooney. We're back to talk about the Super Bowl and other Philadelphia sports questions. It was a really interesting and busy week in Philadelphia sports. We'll get to all that right after.
Your house isn't just a home. It's a powerful tool that allows you to do more. With the Penn Community Bank Home Equity Loan, you can unlock your home's potential to finance whatever life throws your way. Receive reliable funding with fixed monthly payments to tackle home projects, consolidate high-interest debt, or cover big expenses. Take advantage of annual percentage rates as low as 5.24% today. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/homeequity to get started. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Terms and conditions apply. Ask for full details. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery. And breakthrough advances, such as custom-fit joints, position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. Every champion needs a good game plan. BCWSA and I want to make sure you have a game plan when it comes to conserving our most precious resource, water. Whether you're washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or watering your garden, there are ways you can save water and save money. Visit bcwsa.net for tips on conserving water. BCWSA, proven.
All right, back here on the On Pattison podcast, right here live from the Temperance House in Newtown, PA. I'm Mike Missinelli today with Bob Cooney, and we're talking Super Bowl. Bob, we'll get to some prop bets and the commercials are always big.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to look at some of the commercials they have planned for this. But let's look at the running backs for both these teams. First of all, Kenneth Walker over the last 5 games, averaging 122 scrimmage yards per game. Been a monster.
Yeah, he has. He scored touchdowns, 4 touchdowns in the playoff games. He's just that explosive guy that you think it's going to come at any time.
Low center of gravity, runs hard.
Oh, yeah.
Big, kind of muscly, like the muscle hamster back in the day.
They don't have much of them anymore.
No,
yeah,
you don't have that guy.
No, but probably, like I said, I just love the running backs in this game. I really think it's going to be a running Super Bowl. I think the quarterbacks are going to have to pick their spots. And big players are going to make big plays in the passing games. And like I said before, Smith and Jigba is my man.
All right, let's get into some pregame. I love these proposition bets for the Super Bowl, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so the first one is the obvious one, the coin toss. Even money on heads or tails. So this is basically
it's going to be one or the other.
Coin flip on a coin flip. So what do you favor? Tails never fails?
I'm a heads guy.
You're a heads guy?
I'm a heads guy. I always go for the heads, yeah.
All right, so minus 101. Length of the national anthem is always a good one, right?
Yeah.
So this year it's Charlie Puth. You know much about Charlie?
Yeah, Chuck and I used to hang out back in the day.
Hang out back?
Yeah, actually, we came here a couple of times. To the Temperance House.
Had a couple drinks with Charlie Puth?
I did, and he drank slow, so I'm thinking he's going to sing slow. What's the
So the
over-under?
length of the national anthem, over 125 seconds, minus 150.
85
under 25, 125 is plus 110.
That's all it is 85 seconds?
Yeah. Now, he cruises through it, apparently, on his YouTube page in 72 seconds. So you got some information here. You got some information here to go with the under, which is the better bet for you, plus 110.
There's got to be some nerves at the Super Bowl. He might have to take a few deep breaths.
However,
that's a fast national anthem.
He says he's going to put a lot of jazz into it, quote unquote. So that may take it over.
Over.
Are you going to go over?
I'm going over. The guys at the bar are going over. I'm going over.
You're going over with
Absolutely.
that? 140. He's going to go 140. Okay, here's another one. Will a scoring drive take less time than the anthem? The yes on that is minus 600, and the no is plus 350.
I'm taking the no.
I want explosive play with.
I hear you. I hear you, but I think they're going to use the run to set up the pass. So, no, I don't think there's a touchdown within a minute and 40 seconds.
Okay. Unusual gameplay props. The jersey number of first touchdown scorer. Over 10.5 is minus 160, and under 10.5 is plus 120. So what do you like on that?
I'm going the over.
You going to take the over?
Yeah.
All right. What's Kenneth Walker's number?
30.
We know, Mike. What's Kenneth Walker's number?
Is he like 30?
He's number 9.
He's number
9. He's number 9.
So there you go. If you go under, plus 120.
Oh, all right.
That change it up for you?
It might. I don't know. I might lay off that one, Mike.
All right, here's one.
I like it.
Will Seattle attempt a pass from the opponent's 1-yard line? The yes is plus 550. The no is minus 1,000, which is really interesting. When you got Kenneth Walker, I guess you're not going to pass from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, no.
But it's not Marshawn Lynch. It's like it's not
and
that
it's Sam Darnold turnover machine. So I say no. I go with
say
no.
with that. You're going safe.
No chance. Well,
I
don't like to lose money.
Minus 1,000. You pay
like
1,000 on that?
Yeah. Well,
All right. Will a Patriots linebacker or an offensive lineman catch a pass? The yes is plus 600. The no is minus 1,500.
I'm taking the yes.
You're going to go yes on that?
I am going yes.
You're going to gamble a little bit on
Sam
that.
Darnold throwing an interception.
All right. Which player will be shown first with next-gen stats? Jackson Smith-Njigba, minus 200 is the favorite. Stephon Gibbs is next at plus 400.
Oh, I got to go in Jigba. They're going to be all over him all day long. Yeah, he's the best receiver in football.
All right, let's go to the broadcast. We go to the broadcast.
Sure.
How many Super Bowl 59 highlights will be shown? The over 1.5 is minus 150. The under 1.5 is also minus 150.
I'm going under.
You're going to go under?
What are the what's the combination? What's the normality that, or what should I say here? What is the relation between 59 and this year? Like the Chiefs, the Eagles aren't in it. The Chiefs aren't in it. Milton Williams.
Yeah, Milton Williams.
But I don't know what he did in the Super Bowl. Did he do anything?
No, he probably didn't do anything. It almost looks like under is a gimme.
I'm going the under. Absolutely,
under. It almost looks like it's a gimme.
Plus, nobody likes the Eagles now because they're firing all their old head coach or assistant coaches.
All right, what will be mentioned first on the broadcast? Drake May attending his first Super Bowl 50. Attending Super Bowl 50. Sam Darnold, the first quarterback from the 2018 class to reach the Super Bowl.
Jeez.
Drake May attended the Super Bowl when he was a kid, I guess that means, right?
Was it in San Francisco also or something?
Mike, is that what that was?
Yeah, he was there when the Panthers played the Patriots back in the day.
All right, so what will be first?
Yep, there it is. Because they played
Sam Darnold, the first quarterback from the 2018 class to reach the Super Bowl.
I'm going to go May.
You're going to go May?
I'm going to go May with
that's a better story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, which Patriots fan will be shown first? The favorite is Mark Wahlberg. Second favorite is Ben Affleck. Third favorite, Matt Damon. Fourth favorite, John Krasinski. Fifth favorite, John Cena. These are great. I love these prop bets.
Well, you can't see John Cena, so you're not going to be able to.
Oh, that's pretty good. Mike, that's a good one.
There you go.
I like that. I'm going to go with Matt Damon.
You're going to go Matt Damon?
Yeah, everybody likes Matt Damon.
Really? You're not going to go Marky Mark?
Nah, because he's going to have a glass of red wine in his hand. They're not going to want to show that.
Okay.
Affleck might be bombed off his ass and have a cigarette in his hand, and So I'm going to go Matt Damon, the safe call.
Which Seahawks fan will be shown first? Richard Sherman is the favorite. I was going to say,
do they have favorite fans?
Richard Sherman, the favorite at plus 200. Chris Pratt is the Seahawk fan.
Is he?
At plus 400. Will Farrell at plus 450. Rainn Wilson at 600. Eddie Vedder at plus 600.
Whoa, I like Eddie Vedder.
How about Sir Mix-a-Lot? You like that?
I thought Vedder was from Chicago.
No, he's a Seattle guy.
I'll go out of that group. He's the grunge from Seattle, huh? I'll go with Eddie Vedder out of that group. He's not well known though, is he? If Eddie Vedder's name pops on the screen, do 30, 40-year-olds know Eddie Vedder?
Or all right, here's another one. Chris Collinsworth. He has his idiosyncrasies, right? Well, Chris Collinsworth mentioned Patrick Mahomes. Minus 190.
I say no.
You say no, he won't mention Patrick Mahomes.
No, because the Eagles and the Chiefs were both disappointments this year. I think they're just going to erase that Super Bowl out of their head.
Here's another one. Will Chris Collinsworth say, now here's a guy.
Yes.
Minus 175.
I thought there'd be an over-under, 2.5. Oh, that's a definite.
All right. Will Chris Collinsworth say Nick Amenwari's last name wrong? At plus 150.
They've had 2 weeks to prepare. I think he's good. Yeah.
Will Chris Collinsworth misidentify as celebrity at plus 550?
Misidentify? I don't know. I think they tighten things up for the Super Bowl.
You do?
I do. I think if he doesn't know who it is, he just keeps quiet.
We'll do a couple more until we get to our next break. Halftime show. Bad Bunny, of course.
Bad Bunny.
Very controversial. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't. Now, Bad Bunny's first song, Bob.
Oh, okay, yeah. 400 runs.
Wait, hold a second. Titi Mi Pregunto. Minus 175 is the favorite. La Mundaza is second. Valle Inavoidable. See, I know all the Spanish pronunciations here. Caletia or Nueve Old.
I'm going Calatia is going to lead off.
You're not going to go Titi Mi Pregunto is the favorite?
No, Calita is a leadoff hitter in my book.
All right, here we go. Special appearances now.
With him?
With him.
Okay.
The favorite
Bad Bunny is him, right?
Cardi B.
Ooh.
Minus 250, Cardi B. Kanye at minus 150. Jennifer Lopez at minus 125. Karol G at plus 100. And Daddy Yankee at plus 130.
Daddy, I thought Daddy was going to be out of town this weekend. Last I
Yeah.
talked to him, so I'm going to have to go with J-Lo. I think J-Lo's still trying to get out there.
All right.
Hopefully,
You
she's a little more
J-Lo,
covered up. At
you got Ricky
59
Martin
years
is
old.
on the board. Mark Anthony is on the board.
Well, Ricky Martin.
Shakira is on the board. You can bet all these people.
You know, there might be a contingent that comes out. Ricky Martin leads J-Lo and Shakira, and you get the whole thing going. Yeah, there might be multiple.
All right.
Yeah.
Total songs sung at the halftime show. Over 8 or under 8? Where are you going?
Oh, it's got to be under 8.
You're going to go under 8?
They have, if I read this right, I remember our spring book, he had 13 and a half minutes. So he shortened like 5 songs.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go way under 8. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cross sports bets, which I also love. Which will be higher, first half total points or USA Canada combined gold medals in the Winter Olympics?
How's Lindsey Vonn? I saw her doing some pretty good stuff
She tore an
today.
ACL.
Yeah, but she was exercising like a beast today.
She really?
So, yeah, I'm going to go over in medals for Canada and U.S. Yeah.
Okay, which will be higher, total touchdowns in the Super Bowl or U.S. alpine skiing medals in the Winter Olympics?
Touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
You're going to go touchdowns in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Alpine, I was scouting them the other day, and I just wasn't impressed.
You were scouting them, were you?
I was. The Alpine skiing really let me down the other day, so I'm going to have to go with touchdowns.
Okay. Which will be higher? Last one we'll do. We get into a break. Jackson Smith, Najigba, and Cooper Kupp's combined receiving yards, or the 2026 Kentucky Derby winning time in seconds.
Okay, so that would be two and a half minutes.
Uh-huh.
What's usually Kentucky Derby time? It's somewhere around there, right?
Yeah, it is.
I got Cooper Kupp and Njigba going for 226 total yards, right there.
226.
So whatever I gotta get a Kentucky Derby reference here. I don't know what the winning time usually is. For some reason,
Not so
like
sure either. Mike Warren, you know this, right?
I'm gonna go.
What's the Kentucky Derby winning time normally?
I'm going to go the over with the receiving yards.
You're going to go over?
Yes.
Okay.
Mike's going to find it.
He's going to find it right here. Hold on a second. We have a brief delay here. You got Kentucky Derby winning time.
I don't know why I have like 216 in my head.
201 to 203.
Okay. Over. Oh, God, over with the receiving
So you
yards.
like that bet? That's a good bet.
I love that. That's a really good bet. I'm putting that one. I'm going to throw a 50 spot on that one.
All right, let's go one more break. Drake May, total passing yards, plus attempts, plus completions. All right? And the winning score at the Players' Championship.
Oh, my God. All right, hold on.
Which
all right, Drake May I have going for 210 passing. Attempts, I'm going to go 27, and completions, I'm going to go 18. So that's 228 and 27 is 254. 255. Okay. Now, what's the other number? Winning score at
the Players' Championship, which is usually about 270.
So 67 times 4, 24, 25, 26. Okay, I'm going to go with the higher number is the winning number at the championship.
All right, now we have to do the obligatory Gatorade bet and liquid port on the winning coach, right?
Okay.
Orange is the favorite this year.
Really?
Plus 240.
It's interesting.
And blue is plus 250. Yellow, green lime, which is the traditional one, is plus 275. Purple, 500. Clear, 700. And red and pink, 400.
You got to put some money on yellow, green, lime because that's kind of Seattle's colors, right?
Yeah.
Right? So,
that's
but the one that popped into my head though was purple. So I would lay some money on both of them. Yellow, green, lime, and purple.
You're laying a lot of money out there.
Damn straight. My wife does a good job.
Last one, Super Bowl MVP. The favorite. Who is the favorite? Do you think? Rank them on who you think is 1 to 5.
You got to figure. All right, I won't rank them 1 to 5. I'll rank a 5. So Smith and Jigba has to be there.
Jigba is third on the list.
Both quarterbacks have to be there. Walker's got to be there.
Walker is fourth.
So it isn't both quarterbacks. So
both
it's
quarterbacks.
Just Darnold.
Darnold is the favorite at plus 125.
Okay,
because
May's not in there.
The game. Drake May is second at plus 230.
Okay, so we got 4 out of the 5, and then I'm going to go like Ramondre Stevenson or something. Did we say? Oh, no, I don't think Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs. I don't know.
Diggs is in there, plus 4,500.
Okay.
And then Ramondre Stevenson is at plus 3,300, and Rashid Shaheed.
Ooh.
Big. That's something maybe for an explosive play you play.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's take a break. It is the on Pattison YouTube podcast. We're live here from the Temperance House, a 250-year-old restaurant and tavern in historic Newtown, Pennsylvania. Enjoy great food and fine spirits, where George Washington actually stayed here.
Did he?
I didn't realize that.
Right after he crossed the Delaware.
There you go. From relaxed to fine dining, the Temperance House is a go-to destination in the Delaware Valley. Happy hour specials Monday through Friday, featuring burger specials, small plate appetizer specials, drink specials, including $7 house wines and cocktails, and Sundays from noon to 2 p.m., $10 Bloody Marys and mimosas. And if you're looking for a place to watch the big game this Sunday, the Temperance House is your go-to place. The Temperance House, 5 South Street in the heart of Newtown. Our owner, Kathy, here, our general manager, Mike, have treated us very well. We'll come back after this.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
The Peruzzi Automotive Group on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills is looking for auto techs, all skill levels. Here's a chance to work for a locally owned family business that offers many benefits. For more information, call the service director, John Damarotis, at 215-943-6200. That's 215-943-6200, or visit any Peruzzi service department.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
All right, we're back on the On Pattison podcast on YouTube and on WBCB Sports. I'm Mike Missinelli with Bob Cooney. Bob, let's talk Eagles, because today there was a big fallout on the offensive line coach, Jeff Stoutland, saying no more, no mas. He's out with the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you think happened here? The Eagles, of course, hired Sean Mannion as the new offensive coordinator, and today brought in Ryan Mahaffey as their run game coordinator, which is what Stoutland was doing. What do you think is up with this, and what do you think the fallout would be with these offensive linemen? Do they love that guy?
Yeah, and that's odd that they brought in this kid Mahaffey right after letting go Stoutland.
Yeah.
Was there something there?
Well, Mannion probably said, I want my own guys, right?
Yeah.
So he brings his guy in there, and that's the way it usually happens. And probably in the discussions with Sean Mannion, he said, listen, we have to do it a different way. And Stoutland's ideas, although they paid dividends for this franchise, maybe just a little outdated for my taste, because he's a young guy, 33-year-old offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's a gutsy move. I mean, if I'm a Nick Sirianni, if I'm a Howie Roseman, and Mannion comes in and says, no, I want my own guy, I'm kind of looking at him and saying, well, who the hell are you? This is Jeff Stoutland.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to help you more than your new guy's going to help you. I don't know. It's a strange dynamic. And
it's kind of bittersweet, too, because what you have is a very popular position coach who's been beloved by the fan base, but the fan base also knows that the run game sucked last year.
Yeah, and look, coaches have bad years. I mean, is Jeff Stoutland not afforded to have one? Do they feel the game has, quote, passed him by, which I don't think it has. You don't have offensive linemen like a Jason Kelsey, a Lane Johnson, a Jordan Mailata talking about the guy so glowingly if the game's kind of passed him by. I think it was a case, Mike, where he's there and he's kind of sitting back and saying, really? Really? You're going to push me aside?
He has produced a Pro Bowl player every year that he has been the Eagles offensive line coach.
Yeah.
And he's produced 2 Hall of Famers in Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson.
Oh, Lane Johnson, yeah, and he had Jason Peters here for a while, who he made really, really good. Jordan Mailata never played football before.
Yeah.
With Dickerson and you're moving guys around all the time. Guy played guard for a couple of years, then he goes to center. So it's shocking. It's shocking. And if you have players that are in there going, what the hell are we doing?
What does the fan base have to say about that? I'd love to hear from the fan base about whether what side they're on here. I was listening a little bit to Sports Talk Radio today. And a surprising number of people.
They still have that?
Yeah, they still do. Apparently.
Do they? Oh, okay.
Apparently they still do.
I didn't know that. I thought it ended a little while ago.
It ended with us.
Okay.
So, yeah, but they still try to carry on. In any event, surprisingly, it was on the side of the Eagles' offense needed to change. There had to be change.
Yeah, and we all saw how bad it looked. I mean, watching that offense, it was anemic.
It was.
And it was, and a lot of it went to Jalen Hurts, and I think there's a lot that should go there, and a lot of it might go to the running attack. The way it wasn't as good as last year, though you're never going to duplicate what Saquon Barkley did last year. Did changes have to be made? Probably, of course, but I don't know if they went about the right way of making them, Mike.
What do you think that they should have done here? Should they have made him the offensive line coach and taken the run game responsibility? Apparently, maybe that was in the works, and he said, no, I get too much pride for that.
I have a feeling that is what happened.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they said, we're going to cut you back a little bit, and he's like, nah, then forget it. I don't know. I don't know what they should have done. Here's my thing. When you talk about bringing in new offensive coordinators, everybody talks about play calling. I don't know if play calling and play design go hand in hand, because the designs of their passing offense were absolutely horrendous. And none more so than on 4th down of that final game where they have 4 guys run straight. You and I were talking about before the show. It's not hard to design a slant. It's not hard to design a 15-yard sit down and I'll hit you when you're wide open, because that's all their offense is on passing.
Yeah.
So they need somebody that needs to design plays better. And I'll give you an example, and I think I said this to you, but watch other games, and they will concentrate on a receiver running a route. He went in, out, and up. You watch the Eagles game, they never concentrate on the receiver on the Eagles and saying, look at this pattern. It was great, because there's nothing there.
Yeah,
they need a designer on offense in my book.
So how do you feel about Sean Mannion being the designer of this newfangled offense? Everybody has great things to say about him. He's a 33-year-old guy. He's a couple years removed from actually putting on the pads, and all of a sudden he's risen to the ranks of this.
That is, like we talk. Sports is copycat, right? And everybody copycats plays and designs and the way you want to do this and the way you want to do that. Well, the new thing is you sign the young guy who's going to be the next Sean McVay, and here he is.
Yeah.
Maybe he is. I'm not going to lie and say I know that much about Mannion, but maybe he is.
Whether they're going to that style, obviously. It's got to have a McVay or a Shanahan influence.
Right. It has to be under that tree. And what Mannion likes to do, I was listening to something today, he likes to go under center, 80% of the time under center. Can Jalen Hurts do that? I mean, is he a good drop-back quarterback and throw the ball?
The $1 million question is, where does Jalen Hurts fit in all this? You can change whatever you want to change as far as the coaches go, but the quarterback's got to be the guy that executes the plays. And are we confident enough that with any style, Jalen Hurts could do that?
I just don't know. I don't know, and I don't have confidence in him right now. But it's weird. Like, I was looking at the first play in the NFC Championship game last year against Washington. It's Jalen Hurts gets the ball and pitches out on the short side with Saquon Barkley running as hard as he can, catches the pitch out, and that's when he went, 50 yards or whatever it was. I don't think I saw that play once this year.
No, you really didn't.
You know what I mean? Like,
and you know, tell you what else you didn't see? The slant to A.J. Brown.
No.
Which was a money play from the get-go.
Right? Didn't see that at all.
Which is I didn't see. That's the thing I don't understand about that offensive coordinator, Patullo. when he like what you say, what I say, the plays that work, why didn't they execute it? Like, who can stop a slant to A.J. Brown?
Yeah.
And they didn't run it.
No, and if they did run it to either he or Devontae Smith, if it was 3rd and 8, they were running 6-yard ins, and they were getting stopped as soon as they caught the ball. I don't know. To me, it's pretty simple in my eyes. When Saquon Barkley gets the ball on the run, he's really good.
Yep.
When he gets the ball and he's standing still and then has to go, he's not that good.
Yeah. And
give him the ball on the run.
The blocking teams weren't that good to make that play go as well.
Exactly.
All right. So what do you think to these guys, the offensive linemen now, who have been tutored by this guy? How does it affect those guys? I know, like, when you're a professional athlete, you can't really be affected by all these kind of changes. But, these guys grew up with Stoutland. How do you think that plays out?
Well, you would think not, and a lot of people think not. A lot of people, think that pro athletes are robots.
Yeah.
You and I have been in the profession a long time. When there was changes made, it affected us.
Yeah,
we didn't
absolutely.
like it. It might have affected our performance as much as we didn't want to. They're human. Their best friend just got taken out of the room.
Yeah.
You've worked with partners that you loved before,
absolutely.
and they got taken away. Happened to me also.
I remember Steve Fredericks being taken away from me.
Steve Fredericks, Jamie Lynch.
And they put me to work with a guy that I didn't like very much.
Yeah,
that was a blow.
I remember that. But how does it not affect them?
Yeah.
Like I can only imagine that you have 4 or 5 offensive linemen out tonight or tomorrow drinking beers with each other, saying, "What the hell just happened?"
Sirianni, the head football coach of this team. If you were, it's funny. Somebody brought this question up to me the other day. If you were to have a draft of NFL coaches, like you're selecting, you're doing a draft of NFL coaches, how long would it take you before you chose Sirianni? Now, this is a guy that's been very successful, but a lot of people in this town still don't believe in the guy.
Wow, that's a great question. Who the hell put that to you? You got some smart friends.
Yeah, a friend of mine put. If you had a draft, where would Sirianni come up? Now,
I'll tell you what.
Who would be your number 1 draft pick?
I'll say my number 1. Oh, I love Andy Reid, but it might be McVay.
I was going to say you go McVay.
Shanahan I like, but like
McVay,
they just don't
Shanahan
get over the top.
Both of those guys would be chosen ahead of Sirianni, though.
Oh,
right?
my gosh, yeah. Put it this way. In Philadelphia, Sirianni probably would drop more towards 10. Nationally, I think he'd be more towards 5 because a national person's going to go, oh, wait, Philly's been in the Super Bowl 2 times or 3 times in the last whatever years,
so
and they won 2 of them.
For that.
Exactly,
yeah.
Even though he wasn't there when Peterson. But I think he would get more votes outside Philly than in Philly.
What other coaches did you think? You put Andy Reid still in the top 5?
I love Andy Reid.
You love him?
I do. I do. I really like Andy Reid.
I think I asked Mike Warren. He's chomping at the bit to get involved in this. Mike, if you had an NFL coaches draft, how long would it take you to get to Nick Sirianni?
Oh man, it would take me a little bit, at least like 26 or 27.
No way.
Yeah, it would take me a little bit.
Come on,
now. I really do.
You're not a Sirianni guy.
No.
27. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. This device, like, what does Nick Sirianni bring to the table? Like, that's been my whole angle on this guy.
Well, he brings a Super Bowl to the table. Is what he brings.
Sure. But like, look at that Super Bowl. What does he put his finger on in that Super Bowl run? Kellen Moore's offense, Vic Fangio's defense. Yeah. Again,
Mike, there were like 10 coaches fired during the offseason.
I know.
How could you put him 26?
I don't know. He ranks low. That's probably a little bit of a stretch, but he ranks low on my list because, like we've talked about before, I put Nick Sirianni in the same kind of a boat as James Franklin, where it's like they don't have a true identity on either side of the football. They're not one of those type of coaches. They're a rah-rah, motivate kind of coach, except in the NFL, you don't need to motivate grown men who are getting paid millions of dollars to play a child sport. So that's where he loses me in that regard, and he lost me even more with this whole Stoutland debacle.
All right, so let me ask you your opinion on the Stoutland thing. What do you think was at work here? You have a pretty good finger on the pulse here.
I think ultimately, Nick saw something wasn't working, and he saw that this wasn't the same offensive line as a season ago, and so when you have your best friend as your offensive coordinator and he's probably feeding something into your ear like we need to make a change in the run game because this is going to open up the passes for AJ and for Devontae, then they're going to make a change in the run game and Nick's going to get more involved and Jeff Stoutland's going to take more of a back seat. So I think that there was probably some peer pressure involved. There was probably a little bit of, all right, we need to make a change now and it can't be a firing or anything like that. We need to switch whose responsibility over. And I think that's what it was. Nick Sirianni panicked, similar to what they did a couple years ago, except they didn't fire the defensive coordinator or move the defensive coordinator. They did it with the offensive line coach, and it was your longest tenured coach at that point, and you made a mistake, so now they're going to have to pay for it. Well, hopefully this guy that they brought in is able to, keep things on track. But you heard what Jason Kelsey had to say. That's a very large testament and a large statement to a guy that, again, they talk about a university when you talk about this guy.
He got emotional when talking about Stoutland. Stoutland was beloved. He was a beloved guy, but I'm really interested. The Eagle fans have gone the other way with it. The Eagle fans go, you know what? He's no longer my guy. Stoutland University, okay, it's closed now.
Yeah, it's done.
Anybody commenting on our chat board? What do you got?
Yeah, August Drums saying anybody can Friday Night Lights and watering a seed nonsense. How can you ever take this guy serious? Talking about Sirianni. And then Steve C. Vino said, it is amazing that Sirianni has this backwards aura about him. Maybe if Sirianni was just weird in the beginning talking about Flowers, maybe if Sirianni wasn't just weird in the beginning talking about Flowers and his family.
Probably why. He got off to a terrible start.
Yeah. Well, the way I look at it is it's similar to Jalen Hurts. When people say, oh, who's better, Jalen Hurts or quarterback X? I always say, all right, bring quarterback X and put them in this offense. I think they'd be better than Jalen Hurts. Well, bring how many coaches into this team, and would they be better than Nick Sirianni? I have to say, like a Sean McVay with this offense, I don't know. It's just or a McDermott with this defense. There's a lot of coaches. Harbaugh, Mike could be right. I don't know if I have him as low as 26.
Would you have taken Sean McDermott over him?
Yes,
you would.
Absolutely, yeah. Wow. And some of the things I read after he got let go from executives in the league saying, my God, anybody can be fired because Sean McDermott did a great job.
Yeah.
That's their words, not mine. So.
And John Harbaugh, you'd have to put ahead of him as
Absolutely.
well, right? And
no
Jim
question.
Harbaugh probably too, right?
Nah, I don't like
I'm not a Jim
guy.
Harbaugh.
I don't like the khakis.
You don't like
I don't like the khakis. I don't like the looks on the face.
You don't like the khakis.
I don't like the way he bends over and watches the game. It gets on my nerves.
All right. We got to talk about some Sixers after. We'll take a break and we'll come back and talk back to Sixers, your field of expertise with the trading deadline. And I want to propose a trade, the Giannis trade that was out there. I want to see how you feel about that. That's coming up after this. It is the On Pattison podcast. Mike Missinelli and Bob Cooney along with us today, and also Mike Warren checking in. We're back after.
Ventresca Limited, the Delaware Valley men's store, is located in historic Doylestown. For casual clothing in denim to business suits and tuxedos, Ventresca Limited has a large selection you have to see to believe. The experienced and knowledgeable sales staff can show you the many brand labels that have made Ventresca Limited in Doylestown a must for men concerned about their image. Select from Canali, Brax Jeans, Hickey Freeman, Johnson Murphy Footwear, and much more. Custom alterations are free. Visit Ventresca Limited on the web at ventresca.com. Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
At Penn Community Bank, we're your financial partner for all of life's moments. Our checking accounts are designed with you in mind, providing convenient access and 5-star mobile and online banking services to help you achieve your goals. Right now, you can earn a $350 cash bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account with direct deposits in the first 60 days. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/cash bonus to learn more. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Offer terms and conditions apply. Limited time offers subject to change. As for full details, member FDIC.
All right, we're back on the On Pattison podcast with Mike Missinelli, and today Bob Cooney with us today, also on WBCB Sports, and we're broadcasting live today from the Temperance House in South State Street in Newtown, Bucks County. Dime where George Washington actually stayed in 1772. He stayed here. I believe you were alive, Bob.
I was covering the Phillies back then, actually, yeah.
Enjoy fine cuisine in the same room he ate in. He ate in this room.
Wow.
George Washington ate in this room. The Temperance House offers the finest cuts of steaks. He probably had a steak. Bone-in ribeyes, filet mignon, pork chops, fresh seafood dishes. Maybe it was seafood.
With his teeth, I would think he went seafood.
Yeah.
Wooden teeth don't go through steak all that well.
Classic pasta dishes. Everything is homemade here. Temperance House also has a great tavern and sandwich menu featuring their burgers and homemade crab cakes and meatball sandwiches. Spend a weekend in Bucks County, stay at the Temperance House. It's a great getaway. And Temperance House always does catering and has a separate room for business meetings or private affairs. The Temperance House, 5 South State Street in historic Newtown, Pennsylvania. All right, Bobby, let's talk 76ers here. The news, of course, Jared McCain traded, and a lot of people in this city really lament the fact that he was traded. Now, can we put this in perspective at all?
Well, I tried to on Twitter today with a lot of people. I like Jared McCain. He's a nice kid, had some nice games last year on a very injury-depleted team where they needed scoring, and, he had the run of it. He's a fourth guard on this team. When it all comes down to it, he's the fourth guard on this team. When they traded him yesterday, I was a little surprised. What they got, I think, is okay. You got a first and 3 seconds.
Back end first, though.
Back end first, probably back end seconds, too. But what is their design here? So when they did it yesterday, Mike, I said, okay, they're getting those assets so they can make another trade.
Yeah.
And then they don't. And then they unload Eric Gordon to pick up nothing, to unload salary, to stay under the luxury tax. 2 things. Under the luxury tax does not fit in good with fans. They don't care about money.
They really don't care about that. Especially with Josh Harris.
Exactly.
Not the most popular owner, let's face it.
And Jared McCain was kind of a fan favorite. And so they're upset that the one guy you give up, it's got to be Jared McCain. I tried to talk to people from a basketball level just to say, look, he's the fourth guard. And you have the 2 starting guards average 40 minutes a game. Yeah. Not a lot of time there for him. And he's not a good defender at all. So what are you going to – I thought they would do something more. Now they're probably going to sign Dominic Barlow to a normal contract.
Why exactly was he a fan favorite? What was it about him? The painted fingernails, the fact that he was social media active.
That's not far off, and it sounds silly, but I have a daughter that's 22. She loves him.
Yeah,
thought he was hysterical. He came out last year during a very, very down time before he got hurt, and he looked good on a team that was just depleted by injuries. That was the only thing you could grasp out of last season was Jared McCain looked good. And they got rid of him.
It wasn't a great draft when they picked him, right?
No,
he went probably 16th. Right there. Went 16th. He was an okay player.
Yeah.
But let's look at his game. Does his game as a guard in this league project to something that dynamic?
No, and if you really paid attention to Sixers games lately when he's been coming back and shooting better, they've been playing him with 2 other guards, whether it's Maxey and Edgecombe or Grimes and Maxey or whatever it was, simply because those guys can create off the dribble, and he could be a standstill shooter. And when he gets that kick out and he's standing still, he's a good shooter.
Yeah.
But as far as moving or stepping back into a 3 or something like that, it's not there. And defensively, it's really not there.
Yeah.
It was kind of those, you can let him go. Maybe he'll be really good in Oklahoma City, but there just wasn't a fit
won't
here.
Get any PT in Oklahoma City.
Probably not a lot.
Not a lot right away, right?
No.
All right. So the Sixers, the trade deadline, are they still viable as far as the Eastern Conference without making a move like that?
You had the great word, I think, during the break saying it's wide open. 2 words. It's wide open. The East is that. The Knicks are playing very well right now. Detroit's having a surprising year. That Tobias Harris-led Detroit Pistons team.
There you go.
Could they make some noise? Sure. And if Embiid plays the way he's been playing, and the old phrase, if he stays healthy, Paul George comes back. He's had time off to rest up, 35 years old. Yeah, they could make
rest up or file down.
Well, he can practice and all that. I hear what you're saying. But he can stay in shape. He can practice at 35, getting 25 games off. Might say, oh, it sucks, but at the same time, it's not that bad. I don't know. They could surprise. It's funny. I had an executive call me after their win over the Clippers from the NBA. And he's like, I answered the phone. He didn't even say hello. He said, I wouldn't want to play them in the playoffs.
Really?
They could be seriously harmful.
Wow.
So, there's something to it, maybe. But we'll see. It's just that maybe thing right now. I don't like that you got Dominic Barlow in a starting lineup right now. When Paul George comes back, he's out. What's Dominic Barlow, Jabari Parker, Ademba? What are they going to give you off a bench? in serious time.
I think
don't
Barlow
think so.
actually is more valuable as a starter, don't you think?
Exactly.
You have that waste player that doesn't need to really have the ball or do anything.
The Mark Ivoroni of days
Mark
past.
Ivoroni type of guy.
I wrote that last week. I said, if he does get out of the starting lineup, where do you find minutes for him? It's hard. Because you can't put him with the second unit. He needs to be with the first unit where he can pick up some rebounds and get junk baskets and all. But he's looked really good on this West Coast trip so
what
far.
trades raised your eyebrows a little bit in the league? Was the Harden trade Cleveland? Does that do anything for them? Darius Garland?
The Harden, is he a winner? I just don't know.
No. But why do people keep reaching out for him?
Because he's a great player.
Yeah.
He's just not a clutch player, and his teams don't win in the playoffs. I don't know. Sometimes things are inexplicable. The eyebrow getting moved again. That's amazing. Like, here's a guy that's a great player that he's with the Washington Wizards now.
What are the Wizards doing?
Well, they are rebuilding, and they got rid of Bradley Beal and all that stuff.
Two old guys, Trae Young, and they got Anthony Davis. What are they trying to do?
I don't know. Washington has always been a place to me where pro basketball players go to die.
Yeah,
like their careers.
It's the truth.
It's just a hellhole, and I don't know. But Anthony Davis, having been moved so much and really not becoming the player you thought, how did it all start? He asked to get out of somewhere. That rarely works for anybody, whether it's high school, college, pro.
Yeah, and Harden always asks out, too. It's amazing. Harden can never be happy anywhere he is.
No.
What is that about?
But, coaches, GMs are very egotistical.
Yeah.
They have to be. So they all think, well, Harden's a great player. I can make him better now. I'm the one that's going to bring him over the top, and maybe that's what Cleveland's thinking.
Well,
I don't know.
Nick Vucevic goes to the
how about
Celtics.
that? That's a good pickup by the Celtics.
Yeah.
I've always been a Vucevic guy.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a funny story about him after the show. But
tell me now.
No, we can't say it on air.
This is a show.
I don't think we can say it on air. No,
you can't clean it up.
No, because there's names involved. I want you to know.
Okay,
but,
well, put player X and player Y. You don't have to identify.
It was Coach X.
Coach X.
But I've always liked Vucevic's game, and he
fits with the Celtics, doesn't he? Yeah.
Doesn't he seem like a Celtics
he's a
player?
Perfect
exactly
Celtics
what
guy.
I was going to say.
Like Rick Roby type guy.
And guys that'll go there
and
and they'll be good. And he'll make the right plays, and he'll get his 22 and 10 every night. Yeah, that's a good move by the Celtics. I do like that. And if Jason Tatum comes back, which I doubt he will this year, but that's a formidable team even without Jason Tatum.
Jaren Jackson to the Jazz, intriguing for 3 first-round picks and players.
I was surprised at that. I was surprised
that's a big
Jaren
time
Jackson.
Get by them,
I was surprised he got moved. That's another one of the bigger ones of the trade deadline.
We have a chat board. We have
1 minute.
We have 1 minute. Oh, I thought you'd give me a chat board. All right, Bobby, 2 days ago there was an anniversary of a significant event in the NBA. You know what it was? Will Chamberlain, February 2nd, 1968. That's when the Sixers won it, right?
Okay.
68 they won?
No, they won 67.
67, 68?
66,
67.
Yeah.
All right, so the following year, he went for 22, 25, and 21. The only time a triple-double 20-plus.
Unbelievable.
Think about that for a second.
It's crazy. One of the highlights of my career, Mike, was Stan Hockman sitting me down, knowing how much I love basketball.
Stan Hockman.
He would sit me down and tell me Wilt stories. First-hand Wilt stories. It was the great,
Wilt was something else.
It was the greatest.
3 blondes once.
And a glass of milk.
And a glass of milk after the game.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break here. It is the On Pattison podcast right here live from the Temperance House in Newtown, PA. Mike Missinelli with Bob Cooney. We're back after this.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Penn Community Bank, we're your financial partner for all of life's moments. Our checking accounts are designed with you in mind, providing convenient access and 5-star mobile and online banking services to help you achieve your goals. Right now, you can earn a $350 cash bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account with direct deposits in the first 60 days. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/cash bonus to learn more. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Offer terms and conditions apply. Limited time offers subject to change. As for full details, member FDIC.
All right, we're back on the Pattison podcast. I'm Mike Missinelli. We're live at the Temperance House, one of the Delaware Valley's premier restaurant and boutique hotels, South State Street in historic Newtown, Pennsylvania. You know, I lived out here for a while. I lived in Newtown.
Did you?
For a little bit, yeah.
It seems like your kind of town.
Yeah, well, you know, if you grew up in Bristol, which is
it's a move up to Newtown.
It's like you're going to Xanadu.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you're in Newtown.
It's a great town.
Right?
Yeah. It's about right.
Bristol, people always ask me, where are you from? Bucks County. Oh, Bucks County. Right? I got no. The lower end of Bucks County is where I'm from.
Right over the bridge from Burlington is what you would
exactly.
say. Yeah.
Burlington Bristol Bridge, which was, I remember being, the drinking age, Bob, in Jersey was different than Pennsylvania.
Was it 18 in Jersey?
It was, with 18 in Jersey. And the Burlington Bristol Bridge was right there. It cost a quarter. So we would go over to Jersey.
What was it in Pennsylvania? 21?
Or 21 in Pennsylvania.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah, it was 21 in Pennsylvania. So, you know, like your early college days, you're with your buddies, just go over to the bridge.
Why not?
It was a place in Burlington, New Jersey called Gorman's.
That's just smart.
That we used to go to. It kind of looked like this place.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyway, I digress.
No, not at all.
The Super Bowl. Commercials, Bob. You interested in any of the commercials? Are you one of these guys that looks at the commercials, or do you turn away if you're watching the Super Bowl?
It depends where I am. You know, if I'm at a big party, it's kind of hard to do. I think I'm just hanging in this year, so I'll probably have a keen eye on the commercials this year. Why is is he doing a commercial?
A Bosch Super Bowl commercial. Bosch is teasing its Super Bowl spot with Guy Fieri from the Food Network in a 15-second clip called A Little Buzz. The teaser shows a hand brandishing a hair clipper near Fieri's trademark bleach locks, then flashes an image of him with a dark head of hair.
I saw that.
You saw that one?
I did see it. That looks nothing like him.
Really? All right. The other, it's Bud Light Super Bowl commercial. Star-studded celebrity ad entitled Keg depicts musician Post Malone, Peyton Manning, and comedian Shane Gillis reuniting after their 2025 spot, Big Men on Cul-de-sac. That was from last year.
Anything that Peyton Manning's in, I'm a fan of.
You like
I
that?
swear, if I was a big business executive, I would have him on my team all the time.
All right, you got your Clydesdale commercial, right?
Love the Clydesdale.
You got your Duncan commercial. Guess who's in Duncan?
I'm going to have to go with Affleck and Damon.
It is Affleck and not Damon, but he tries to convince Jennifer Aniston, Matt LeBlanc, and Seinfeld actor Jason Alexander to release contents of a VHS tape labeled Network Pilot.
All right, Jennifer Aniston, I'll watch it.
You got Kendall Jenner in a commercial.
Okay.
You got the Hellman's Super Bowl commercial where Andy Samberg portrays Meat Diamond, called Sweet Sandwich Time.
Okay.
All right. So his and her Super Bowl commercials. You got all these kind of commercials. You got Kurt Russell as a mysterious ski instructor in the Michelob Ultra commercial. All these commercials are.
Kurt Russell's got to be up there.
I think they're going to be very creative this year.
In the commercial, does he say again? Again.
That was a fantastic movie, by the way.
Great movie. And the documentary.
Is it a top 5 movie for you? I didn't see the documentary, but I just downloaded the documentary.
I just watched the documentary on Sunday night. It is fantastic.
All right, let's get your Super Bowl predictions as we wrap it up and get out of here. What do you think? Give me a score. Give me a team.
All right, I do like Seattle to win this game. I think it's going to be a tight, ugly, maybe first half, first 3 quarters. I'll say Seattle pulls away and wins. I gave you a score earlier. I'm giving you another one. I'll go like 27-17 Seattle. I
think 27 points is going to be scored.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but 27-17.
Right.
What's that? That's 44.
I'm going to go Seattle as well, but I'm going to go 24-21 Seahawks.
Okay. So you're right at the line. It's 45.5, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I didn't do that on purpose, but
that
was the score that popped up.
Okay. All right.
So thanks for listening, everybody. We have any comments for till we get out of here?
No, nobody likes us.
Mike Warren, thanks to Mike Warren for hanging out. Thanks to Bob Cooney for hanging with me today.
Absolutely.
And everybody have a great rest of the evening. Be safe out there. And we'll talk to you next week on the Pattison YouTube Sports Network.